Normally, we wouldn't do this kind of situation where you complete a race on Saturday, no racing Sunday, and then we have to finish the rest of the race on Monday. But Mother Nature unfortunately put us in that situation. As TNT Sports will take you to the finish of the 3M Performance 400 this morning without a hitch. After 4 laps this afternoon, the 4 laps on Monday, there were 2 cautions for spins. There was a spin on lap 1 involving the 5 of Hunter Miller and the 21 of Xavier Saldreska. And there's a spin on lap 4, which was caused by Joseph Lombard getting into the 17, sending the 43 around. Under that yellow, it rained pretty heavily, meaning that the rest of this race would be theoretically moved to Sunday, but due to this situation of the remnants of a storm system passing through the Irish Hills area, we had finished the rest of the race on Monday, just like in June. Anyways, without further ado, just a brief recap. These drivers and teams were allowed to make any changes needed to their cars, so it's going to be interesting diving on turn 1 the last time these cars being on the track being on Saturday. Just past 11 a.m., engines are being fired, and let's go back racing. These cars coming down pit road. Down pit road is with some pit stops. Zoex Moon elected to take 2 tires. She is going to be leading us down for the restart. And Dylan Murray, who led ever since the stoppage on Saturday, is going to restart in 5th. Hunter Miller and Jacob Tuba have opted to take 2 tires as well. They only gained a few spots from running outside the top 20 ever since the stoppage on Saturday. All 34 cars are still on the racetrack right now. Here we go. Sure, we haven't raced since Saturday, but we're going to get the remainder of the 3M Performance 400 in on a Monday afternoon. Here we go. Back green on TNT. That 17's really pushing it on that bottom. I don't know if I would have went for that yet. However, Zoex Moon has cleared the 14. She can't go up. Whoa, we got one spinning. It is the 4. Into the wall, head on. After hitting that opening right there off that safer barrier, Dylan Murray has made significant contact with the inside wall. We're done. What happened? Goddamn 17 can't race with head in check, so he has to shove his head up his ass on a restart and just drive up and wreck us. That's what happened. When a net is down, that is a great sign because he hit that wall a ton on the backstretch. Going my way, the one net is down, but obviously very frustrated to have his race end so early, pretty much. Restarting on lap 5 of 16. Caution. Well, at least Dylan gets kind of a head start to prepare for Chicagoland Thursday night. So on this round of stops, hopefully we'll, just like Saturday, we had a little bit of a early mix-up. As we were waiting, get ready for the restart. We want to remind you as we look through the race menu. Thursday night on TNT, NASCAR App Cup Series heads to the Windy City for some good some racing under the lights. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with the Discover Car Countdown to Green. Not one of those weekends where everything is going to be done on that same in one day. In the meantime, we gotta have the rest of the race to finish. This time, WB Network, he won at Bristol. KFC Cup Series, he has his setup car from Michigan earlier this year, where he won. Can he get a good start? Here we go. Definitely a pretty even start. The 48 was a little late on getting to the bumper of the 14, but we got a 4-car breakaway down in turn 1. Almost 3 wide with a couple of Gibbs cars that see the 24 Jacob Tube, who had to go to a backup car after an engine change all the way back on Friday. He's made his way up to the 7th position. Look at that. Look at Jacob Tube. He's got a freaking hot rod hooked up just past a bunch of guys on the bottom. He's up to 5th. Meanwhile, you got Jonathan Morrison in the 3 car. He could try challenging for 2nd on the 14. As we wait things out, get things going. WB Network seems to be the early man to beat here in Michigan, especially in the middle stages. Having part of the race run all the way back on Saturday afternoon. Look at the 3 car actually keeping up pretty well with the 14. They've been racing each other side by side. Look, getting a little aggressive here. Here comes the 48 Nate Sherman to the outside. He can't really cross low. All the way downstairs to take second. Nate Sherman, the 48 in Michigan, have not always been the best of friends in the past. 2009, in the Monster Energy Cup Series, Jimmy Johnson ran out of fuel late in both Michigan races. As he finally crosses under the 3 in the 14 car. As we make our way up. Seems like the 48 may be trying to challenge the 3. You can tell everybody forecasted the weather on Saturday to be sunny, but with overcast, and especially racing in the morning, getting past noon, the track's currently very, very grippy right now. That's why the 24 Jacob Tube had that really good run on the restart and made his way up to 5th. There's Nate Sherman. He tries to take the lead. Thing to remind you that Nate Sherman does have a win earlier in the win column. He won Brighton all the way back in race 5, looking for his second win of the year. He just had very, very sketchy luck all season. The 78 is behind him. Now, however, the chances of rain over the weekend, especially Saturday and Sunday. Saturday was pretty heavy, just like in the June race. Sunday, it was about the same chance. Currently, there is 30% chance of showers in the afternoon, but they are pass-through showers. It isn't like a shower that's going to sit and dump on the track like it did on Saturday. And if a shower comes out, caution. 4th one of the afternoon, it is for mist in turn number 1. It is a light. Remember, that's what we talked about. That the threat of a mist shower in the area. Reported by the several crew chiefs, mainly the the spotters. As you can see, you're on board the 48 car. Looking at the windshield. The 3 in performance 400. Now, the rule is if lap 8, we get to halfway and a rain shower sits in, the race could very well end then and there. However, this rain shower is passable through the area. As it is a passable shower, and I expect maybe a 30 to 40 minute delay. Showers are passing through, and just like that, it just cleared out. And just like that, first time we've seen basically all weekend sunshine on the racetrack. as we wait things out. The rain has stopped. Now with the rain moving through the area, it's going to be an interesting restart with Alvin Alonso taking 2 tires while everybody else took 4. As looks, we got a car on pit road with a hood up. And it looks like maybe the 2 car has hit a spark plug issue, just wouldn't go. Just under caution, just the engine just stopped. No, it's the 18. It's a Joshua Leanbach. He's had, ever since his win back in Vegas, he's just had a subpar season. Apollo Moon with a speeding penalty. He will restart in the tail end of the longest line, which last car in the lead lap, which right now we have 5 cars a lap down, so he would restart in the 29th position. As things would. 7 laps left in the 3M Performance 400. Inside line didn't go. Inside line did not go at all. Look at that. Look at Jonathan Morrison diving to the inside. And look at this crazy mosh pit behind them. Wow, look at that. Jonathan Morrison clear of the chaos. Here comes the 11, right past the 48. He wants to have a shot at this. Reminder, Sports Center Cup Series is on the outside, is on the cut line. 3, almost 4 wide behind. Oh, this doesn't look good. A little bit of contact. 27 drifting. 27 car maybe it'd be going around here. Things don't look. Hi, Brian. What are you doing? 6 to go. Jonathan Morrison leads. Jonathan Morrison has 2 wins in the bank this year. Many people thought it was a frustrating season until he won at Pikes Peak, and that kind of acted as a turnaround for that team. That team needed. Here comes Derek Lewis on the outside. Outside, basically rim riding all the way around the place.
Actually, Chris, I don't. I really appreciate what you did for me, but I can't work for that guy anymore. He's a great. The important thing is that he stood up for me, and I won't forget it. Brian, I know you miss Jillian, but it is good to have you back.
Kind of sucks, though. I mean, you are never gonna find a chick that hot again.
3 wide.
Moving in together. Well, it's just another life experience, I guess.
Hey, and look on the bright side. Maybe you got another chance to pay your phone.
Derek Lewis rim riding around this track. Kind of an interesting. It's just been a relatively clean race. Only one race that's been split into 3 days. We had no activity on Sunday. In fact, the track was flooded Sunday afternoon. It took until 2 a.m. this morning to get this track completely dry and safe for fans and drivers to get their cars in. In fact, a few of the low-end teams actually almost had their cars flooded due to the rain. You see the picture Sunday evening, 7:30 p.m. local to the track. The team of the 7. As we look at that, covered the wheels of that 7 car. As we wait, out looks like the 3 car is boxed in traffic behind the 83. As got a car spinning, one in the wall, turn backstretch, one in the wall. Looks like it is the 6 spinning right in the cross traffic on the backstretch. Surprisingly, no one else hits him. Uncensored version says bullshit. Caution's out. You alright, bud? A lot of damage to the back end of that car. As 5th caution, well, 3rd caution on running this race on Monday. We wait. Looks like we may be getting a 2-lap sprint, just like in the June race. Well, right here is where these drivers are probably going to be very...
What's the guy from Earl's credit rating? 651. That's not bad. Better than mine. Does he have an idea, or do I have to come up with it myself?
And now this is going to be a very crazy restart. Now this is going to be like in the June race. It's going to come down to who will have the best draft acting partner and who will get the best push. The question is, 2 laps left in scheduled distance. If we make it to the white flag, we will not go to overtime. So we wait, get ready for the restart. Jonathan Morrison has dominated the second stage of half of this race. WB Network briefly led, but he is currently in 7th. How did things turn out? R21 going to the inside. Did he go too early? NASCAR says the restart is under review. Side by side, dead even into turn 1. Derek Lewis, he has the lead. He is a Colorado native, just like Dylan Murway. Can he get his first career win? Side by side with the 48 as they come out at 2. NASCAR has ruled it is a legal restart. The 31 did wait till the restart zone to make his move. We are got an intense battle for the lead. Derek Lewis charges it in on the bottom. Four wide off of turn 4 behind the leaders. Derek Lewis will see the white flag here. Oh, contact. Do they make it back? Into turn 1. For the final time. Crash, big. Got a wreck. Oh, hard hit. 2 cars into the wall. 3, 4, caution. Caution is out. The race is over. Oh, my God, what a hard hit. Hard wreck. A caution has come out. Derek Lewis in the 42 was out front at the moment of yellow. Oh, multiple other cars piled into this. Incident 2 behind. At the moment of caution, Derek Lewis in the 42 was ahead of the 48, and he is the winner of the 3-day 3M Performance 400. Comes off of turn 4. There's quite a few cars caught up in this. A lot of very unusual for a crash at Michigan. You got Derek Lewis has won the 3M Performance 400. He gets the checkered flag. Is the big Talladega strikes at Michigan on the last lap, with drivers taking, some guys getting some pretty heavy damage. Xavier Sodreska, he's kind of struggled most of the day. He struggled on Saturday here, and he's unfortunately a victim of a pretty nasty crash. Jacob Tube winning it down on his car. Zach Speed stuck in the mud. WUB Network, him and the 14 were the first to get it together in all this, and that's what set this crash off. We got Caleb Hoffman in it. Robert Smith in the 2 won at North Carolina a few weeks ago for his first career win. Grayson Alcedo in the 1, one of the cars that piled in late. That's wow, that's something. Several other cars have decided to the cars behind are being told to slow down to this accident scene. In fact, NASCAR has told anybody from second on back to basically turn around and go to pit road. There's quite a few cars with damage. Hunter Miller, one of the cars in it, he had minimal damage, but damage. The 88, also one of the cars involved. Four wide on a late restart has led to several heavily damaged cars. Total of 11 cars were caught up in this crash in turn 1. 5 of these guys were able to drive away, but 2 of them had to get out of the car. It's not a Hab Cup Series race without some late race crash. Derek Lewis has taken the win. And with the 8 cars that had significant damage in this crash, in this last lap incident, Derek Lewis is he has earned his win. Nate Sherman, Jonathan Morrison, these two guys were two of the fastest guys today in this race. Hot Wheels 44 finished fourth, despite making that potentially questionable move on the restart. As we look at the rest of the field, Zark's Moon, she had a little bit of damage from this crash from the last lap incident because she got into the back of the 5. The 88 hit the 19. We look to the rest of the field. Joshua Leanbatch finished 33rd with that mid-race spark plug issue. And Dylan Murway was the first car to crash on the Monday portion of this race. And unfortunately, gets to finish last. Just a reminder, Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern is the coverage of the SpongeBob SquarePants 400 from Chicagoland Speedway. First time we visit the Windy City before it takes the spot after Chicagoland, or after Daytona next year. And then a few days after that, we get to be at Sebring for the first race there. And then Bristol to end the craziness of the bumping and grinding. Well, today's race started on Saturday. Three guys spun in two separate incidents on Saturday. And then rain set in. And NASCAR decided that there was more time, not enough time to get the rest of the race to its full distance. And, yeah. Huh. In the Bristol Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, 8 p.m. Eastern is when the pre-race show for that race begins. Then we got two races in that span that are going to be on TNT as we get closer and closer to the chase for the IHOP Cup. And yeah, and then Sebring is going to be this Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC. That the Saturday before that is when we're going to see all those races, two practices and qualifying for that race be done on the same day. For the race Sunday and qualifying all done on the same day. So anyways, Derek Lewis is the winner of today's 3M Performance 400 that was stretched into 3 days and had one crash at the last lap The race ended under caution. Derek Lewis won. See you Thursday night in Chicagoland on TNT.